what's up? We're back with another one of the Escape the Pacific. I know it's been a little minute, but I want to get to it. This one here, we're just going to do a quick little idea on how to use a composter. I'm not a pro by any means, but it's been working for me. I've been able to get my vegetables done. And right now what you're seeing on the screen is when you start to do it, it normally gives you little journal hints. This is what normally comes up. It just tells you that the composter generates soil, and it helps sort of grow the plants really healthy. As you can tell, like, this is like a daily routine of mine as I'm getting ready to move on to the next cluster. And as I've been mentioning and talking about in most of my videos, that I want to actually use my raft as like a home. So I want to be able to just start traveling different clusters. And on my travels of traveling different clusters, I want to make sure I have all the foods I need and everything to really replenish myself. So what you're seeing just now is me, watering the potatoes. And after the potatoes, I'll normally go and I'll water the rest of the plants. But that's when that compost comes in handy. Right now, what we need for the composter is different foods. So I normally would go and I'd grab the fish. That's I normally make 3 carts, one for food, one for a fish for a composter, and the other one for oil for when I'm making candles, because I don't always want to use everything that they give us right away. It's not really wise. So I'll run over here, I'll grab my few fish. Also, another thing you're gonna want to need is any kind of like trees, coconut fibers, palm leaves. I try my best not to use the leaves, and I stick more to like the sticks and the coconut husk. The reason why is coconut husk is one of the things that respawn on a daily. Back here I put a few more composters because on a trip like what I'm gonna have, you're gonna need a lot. And they are at like 12%, but I normally would drop all of these fish and start getting ready to go and look for the rest of the stuff. But I'm just gonna pile it all up. Normally I'd have it done pretty even and pretty organized, where I'd put it in a chest, like where it is by my compost. So I'm just gonna grab more fish, and I'm trying, like I said, I'm gonna try to grab all the fish. What I wanted to do is go bad. I'm not sure if the food that goes bad is better or not, but that's just my thought, my theory. On my way back, I decided I'd grab a few sticks and make sure that you throw the sticks and you throw the fish, and it's just a matter of having everything together. Because what you want to do with these composters is you want to put the correct amount of each in. So like if you put 3 fish in, you'd want to put 3 sticks in, and then you'd want to put 3 sand. And sand is a key component in there because that would be your dirt, and it would help compensate for the soil, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to sound smart here, but for the most part, the 3 major things would be your soil, your sticks, your food, and those are the 3 different things you want to put in, and you'll notice that it will give you numbers and everything else. Now, when I was talking about the bag that I had, or the box that I would have, that would be the box there that I normally would use, and I would normally put that just over top of everything, or put everything inside of there. The coconut husk is what I would need, and as you can tell, like right now in this video, I'm just really trying to pick up all the things that I need. This came from my starter area. This is definitely where the starter area was. So when what I did was I collected everything, dropped it by the composters and everything that I'm going to need, and after that, in a minute, we'll start putting some things in. And I wanted to try this trick. I wanted to know, can I use a bottle to store my fertilizer? Because if I can, then that would be great for when we start getting on the open seed, because you can lay plant beds. And the reason why I would say the plant beds are important is because the potatoes will give you the vitamin C, and the hemp will give you rope. So if you ever had seed and you need rope, well, at least you have the hemp trees. If you ever had seed and you need the vitamin C, well, you at least would have the potatoes. So with being able to put the soil in bottles, food in bottles, I think we're pretty much ready to go hit the sea. Right now, what I want to do is try to fill up my compost bin. I do have the seagulls that we caught too. Also, get the seagulls. Seagulls, fish, and coconuts is what I use for these composters because they can be reusable and they respawn at a fast rate. Well, faster than mostly everything else. I haven't seen trees respawn. And the fish, the seagulls, and the coconut husk are my go-to when it comes to filling up this composter bin. I'll probably put a sign up on the screen that 90% of the time when I use a composter bin, I try to have fish, I try to have sticks or coconut husk, and I also try to have seagulls. Seagulls go bad pretty fast, but they all help. And right now I'm just going to example on getting the seagulls. This is just my trick. I thought I'd show it. It's not even really quite a trick, but I figure come out here, shoot up a few seagulls, knock them out, get them up out of here. Watch how I take this one out in the air. Gotcha. See, it's just styling, but yeah. And at nighttime is kind of the roughest time, but normally, like I said, my candles, they normally help out. But we're just working tirelessly. We're grinding it out. We're trying to get to the end of it. I just really want to show like how you could store it up and how the numbers change when you start laying things inside the composting bin. But for the moment right now, we're just going to chop it up and get all of these seagulls pretty much hacked up. I don't want to chop them up into like legs and breasts. I just want them to go bad, turn green, turn that awkward color that they turn. Because I'm going to try. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to add it in the video, but I'm going to try to make sure that I can show you guys if that does count or not. I'm thinking it doesn't, but I would like to know if it does. If it does work, I'll definitely put it in the video and let you know. But if not, we'll just leave it alone and we'll keep going. It's just more or less all the things you see me collecting is for the composting bin. Now, like I said, you normally would take 3 of each. Now, yeah, I have different fruits and vegetables and all those things, and they are good to have because, like I said, they respawn. But my go-to is always the coconuts. It's always the sticks, and it's always the sand. Those 3 things are always in abundance. You can always get more, and especially if you're like me and you're actually growing the hemp trees yourself, you won't worry too much about the coconut husk for rope. And there's all the dry grass on the islands that you can pretty much use to start fires. But it turned daytime. We're still out trying to get all we need. This is the sand that we're going to need. And we're just going to get ready to example on how we would put it in and make sure that it's even. I guess, like they said, you want to distribute it evenly. You want to put in the same amount of each item that you're going to put in. And as you can tell, it's just right now we're just grabbing buckets of sand. We want to make sure we take those buckets of sand, lay it down by our composting bin, and start laying it in. Because I've tried once where I laid it in with the bucket, but I felt like it was too much. There's a certain amount of sand that goes in that would be equivalent to the fish and the stick. So that's another thing you do got to be kind of conscious of. So this would be the amount of sand I want to throw in. So I would throw that sand in, and if you see the numbers on the screen, they change. So it will go from 13, and you'll end up seeing the 3 numbers, 100%, and that 100% represents that right now my composting bin is 100% sand. Now I dropped the sand. I want to pick up some food. So normally what I do is pick up all 4 because I have 4 composting bins. And if you pick it up with the last one with your hand, it'll automatically slide the next one in. And then we'll put that one in that bin. Oh, guess not. That's just calling me a liar. But now if you notice, it's actually starting. The 3 numbers are spreading out. I apologize that I'm going a little fast there. I'll try to put up something on the screen to show you guys the numbers there. But it's just a very simple task. If you notice now, we're going to throw in some fibers, or what I would call plant life, or the sticks or the leaves. But for this portion, I wanted to use the coconut husk just to show you that this is what I would prefer to use. Now, every time I use the coconut husk, it seems like it's not as much. If you look at the numbers in the middle, they're not all completely even, and you want to get those numbers in the middle there as even as you can with each other, because that's pretty much what tells you how healthy your soil is or how good the soil is. And I guess that shows the healthier the soil, the better. So yeah, so it's just really pretty much rinse and repeat, and try to make sure that you put an even amount in there so that you can get those numbers in the middle there as even as you can. I think the numbers, the best you can get them, I think it's 33, 33, and 34. If anybody has any better information, you can spam it down in the comment section. I'm not doing the best of job explaining this because, you know, I was kind of all over the place with just trying to get everything down and rush everything in. But the idea is there. It's just pretty much, you just want to throw your sand in there. You want to throw in your resources in there as like the as if it's as rotten food or just regular food. And then after that, you want to throw in, like I said, some sticks or some coconut husk. It's to each his own. At this point, I probably should have used sticks because I think that would have been a lot more than the coconut husk. But you know, we live and we learn. I'm not sure if you can see the numbers there on the screen. I'll try to get the numbers up there for you once again, like I said. But it's just pay attention to those numbers. I could literally say this over and over and go back and forth. You're just going to see me continuing trying to fill it up till max. There is the other number there where it says 37%. right after it says medium composter, it'll say like 37, 40, 44%. Once that percentage gets up to about 99 to 100, I'm pretty sure, you can't put anything else in there, and it'll just start cooking or fermenting, whatever the word is to use for when it just starts to cook up soil and make the soil better. Now, I think at this point we realize we're going to be in for a treat here, and I actually got to keep putting in more and more, and we got to try to like guess the even number here, or try to make the number even. If you can see 33, 33, 34, that one there, we're trying to get 33, 33, 34, and now I was able to get all of them there, but what I wasn't able to do was get the first one there. Now I'm going to just bring you over here just to kind of show you the exact same deal. It's going to be the same thing, and yeah, this video is a lot of repeat over and over. It's a 16-minute video. You probably won't have to really watch it, but I'm just trying to show you the plants, let you know how much fertilizer they would need and how much I really would have to do. I'm pretty sure if you watch most of my videos getting ready for the cluster or the cluster move, it'll show it'll actually show how often I fertilize it and why I fertilize it. And I try to use as big of a bucket as I can, because I tell you, it takes a minute when you have to run back and grab more fertilizer. But for the most part, we're just going to grab some of these resources here, take it over to the other composting bin, and we'll try to do the exact same thing. Alright. I don't know why I'm debating here. I guess I kind of wanted them to go bad, but they're not going bad as fast as I could. Another thing is, I noticed if I leave the food out in the light, it goes just as bad too. So yeah, try to leave it out in the sun, just like if you leave the water out in the sun, which as a mechanic can be annoying, but I really actually like it. Like, I like it a lot that if you put something in shade, it cools down. If you leave something in the sun, it'll go bad, because that's actually true. It's 100% true. That's how things will work. So as you notice, I brought in the big bucket of sand and doing the exact same thing. 1 for 1, 1 for 1. And still, even knowing that I should have used the sticks, I'm still going to end up using the coconut husk. I don't know why, but I just can't help myself. I have so many of them, I feel like I just have to. And so I put 2 in there, 2 in that one. And like I said, it's just trying to put an even amount of each thing that you put in there. So if I put 2 coconut husks, I'm going to put 2 fish, 1, 2. And I'm always checking those numbers in the middle there to make sure that they all try to stay on the same balance, same level. Never try to get too far ahead of myself on throwing them in. Like if I throw in 2 coconut husks, I'll throw in 2 fish. If I throw in 2 fish, I'll throw in 2 coconut husks. And vice versa as well with the sticks. And right now I'm just gonna pick up the seagulls, because I want to see if the seagulls give me more. I'm pretty sure the bigger the product, the more you get out of it. But all of this was just trial and error. Like I said, comment down below, let me know what you think. I know I was pretty much all over the place, a little bit nervous doing this, because I don't really feel like I'm the guy that explained it all. I could probably talk it over better than what I could explain it. You know, I just wanted to show you guys the composting and how it does actually help the vegetables grow a lot faster. It does a lot more for you. And I wanted to make sure when I get out on this cluster and when I'm moving a boat on this cluster that I can actually be out there utilizing everything. I want to be on the boat working. I'm definitely going to make videos of me doing it. I was thinking about as well doing a live stream, like just doing a live stream as I travel to a cluster. But I figured that might even be a little bit boring, where we're just sitting on the open sea talking as I go and I get my plants together and eat my food and then lay down in the bed and wait for the next day and probably get lost. But you all let me know what you want to do. I'm pretty much down for whatever. I definitely enjoy this game. It's taken me a minute to make this video. I actually was making this video and about 2 other videos for this game as well, just trying to get things going forward, trying to really make sure that I can get this done, because I do have a lot of other games I'm trying to play and get through. But for the most part, this is the composting. There's not really much left that I could say that I haven't said. You know, most of it has been repeated. But other than that, that's all that's to it. Is if you put in 1 seagull, put in 1 stick, or 1 coconut husk, or 1 palm leaf. If you put in one fish, same deal. Always just try to put the same amount and try to keep those numbers in the middle there balanced. That's the best advice I can give to you for composting. Hopefully they'll they'll implement a little bit more as far as gardening, like with different seeds or maybe more seeds, because I did find it a little bit, off not to be able to get more carrot seeds and more corn seeds, because that stuff could really help, especially if you're traveling from cluster to cluster. But we definitely will be making some recipes, bottling those up, making sure we're good to go on open sea. This is pretty much a wrap. It's pretty much going to do it for this video. This was just me playing around with the composter, learning the composter. If y'all got any advice, if y'all want to give any advice, like I said, definitely hit it up down there in the comments section. I'm always open, always looking for information. Love sharing with this game. Love the community that the game bring. Shadow Gamers for Games creating this game, holding down a great Discord. Really appreciate it. Appreciate everybody watching, and keep your eyes open for me traveling to the next cluster. That's going to do it for this episode. I appreciate everybody coming through, showing support in the video. 2 fingers and peace. Definitely appreciate y'all. Definitely.